You are listening to PastThink.com audiobook. Please like and subscribe, thank you. Chapter 101. Kong Ming pretends to be a god. Zhang He falls into a trap. When Kong Ming arrives in Chengdu, he asks the second ruler why he has been summoned back. The best excuse the ruler can come up with is, "I missed you." Having thus established that it was rumor-mongers, Kong Ming tracks them down and has them executed, though the chief instigator, Guan, escapes. Going back to Guanzhong, Kong Ming starts to prepare for another invasion of Wei. It is in the early months of AD 231 when he and the army once again cross the border. Sima Yi is called to command the Wei forces, and the two armies and their leaders set forth once again for battle. Sima Yi realizes that Kong Ming is going to need supplies, especially of grain, and that therefore he will force the Qishan Pass and seize the grain fields of Lungxi. Kong Ming easily takes the city of Lucheng close to the grain fields, and then moves forward to the main area of Longsheng close by the grain fields, only to find Sima Yi already there. But Kong Ming has expected this, and now puts his own plan into action. He has had created 3 exact replicas of his famous carriage, and into these he puts dummies of himself, very lifelike indeed. Alongside each of the carriages walk 24 men dressed all in black and barefooted, like followers of some strange cult. He has the same arrangement for his own carriage, but adds to this Guanzhong, dressed as an occult local deity figure. Parading in front of the enemy, he draws 2,000 men away as they chase after him. But no matter how fast they go, and no matter how slowly his carriage seems to move ahead, they cannot catch him. It takes Sima Yi to recognize this as a magic trick known as the 8 doorways. Supported by local deities summoned by Kong Ming, he has managed to create what is known as shortening the distance. Sima Yi knows nothing can be done to counter this magic. So he orders the retreat but, turning around, suddenly encounters Kong Ming again in his famous carriage, ahead of him. "How is this possible?" asks the astonished Sima. The effect on the Wei troops is deeply demoralizing and is increased when, taking another path, they again find Kong Ming and his carriage ahead of them. Turning again, they encounter Kong Ming once more. By now the nerve of the army has been broken, and in panic they flee back to their base at Shanggui to hide. Having used his identical carriage's trick, Kong Ming now has the grain fields to himself, and soon 30,000 men are reaping the abundant harvest. Only later does Sima Yi learn that, far from Kong Ming appearing 4 times, the others were in the charge of Jiang Wei, Ma Dai and Wei Yan. He has been fooled once more. Sima Yi and Guo Huai then plan to attack Kong Ming at Lucheng, while the men thresh the harvest. But once again Kong Ming has foreseen this, and through ambush and vigorous defense of the city walls the Wei army are trapped between 2 forces of the Shu army, and heavily defeated. Sima's next strategy is to cut off the supply chain and wait until the Shu army has devoured all the grain and will be forced out to fight. But again Kong Ming outwits Sima Yi, attacking the weary Wei troops before they have time to set up a camp. The massacre is terrible, bodies piled one on top of another, and the attack drives the enemy from the passes and secures the supply route. Then word comes to Kong Ming that Wu has sent emissaries to Wei to propose a truce. This has led Wei to try to persuade Wu to attack Shu. However, Wu is in no hurry to comply. Nevertheless, the possibility of a Wu attack sufficiently alarms Kong Ming for him to order a gradual and steady retreat back towards the lands of Shu, while still holding Lucheng as a base. Wei military commanders such as Zhang He are all for charging off after the retreating army to inflict maximum damage while they can. But Sima Yi has too high a regard for Kong Ming's skills not to suspect a trick. However, he finds himself under immense pressure from his officers to attack, and in the end grudgingly agrees. It is Zhang He who tears off with an advance guard of 5,000 men. There is, of course, an ambush. In fact, a series of feints and false trails, apparent flight, and panic lures Zhang He and his select band of 100 officers into a final, fatal trap. There, late that night, Zhang He and all his men fall to the Shu assault.
This death and Sima Yi's failure to prevent this foolhardy expedition so depress Sima Yi that he retreats back to Luoyang to lick his wounds. Kong Ming returns to Guanzhong and once again becomes the victim of vicious rumors claiming that he is hoarding supplies ready for a rebellion. When Kong Ming is challenged as to why he has abandoned the invasion, he exclaims with astonishment that Li Yan the advisor has sent a note informing him of a potential invasion by the Wu, and that is why he has returned. Suddenly he realizes he has been lied to, and this is all a plot to overthrow him. Kong Ming can see that the plot is unfolding, so he starts his own investigation. He finds that Li Yan is supposed to have sent supplies, but has failed to do so. To cover up his error, he fabricated the note, and then started the rumors in order to draw attention away from his own betrayal. When the second ruler is informed, he orders the execution of the traitor. Then, reminded that his father had chosen Li Yan as one of his council of advisors, he instead takes all Li Yan's official posts from him and reduces him to the rank of a commoner. Having dealt with this, and also having taken on Li Yan's son Li Feng as an advisor, Kong Ming rests the army for 3 years in order to restore supplies and build up the military strength. It is not until AD 234 that Kong Ming comes to see the second ruler and proposes another invasion of Wei. However, the second ruler points out that the 3 kingdoms have arrived at a modus vivendi of mutual coexistence. Why disturb this now? I've been planning this every night since your father gave me the charge to destroy the traitors. I must do this in order to honor the House of Han. At this Qiao Zhou steps forward and says, "Do not summon the army, my lord." Kong Ming's only thought is obedience, even if it costs him his life. But Qiao can read the past and the foretelling of the heavens. So what happens next? What has heaven planned?